If you were the pilot of a B-2 stealth bomber, how would you actually launch a nuclear bomb? We often see it on TV. A man behind the president carries a black briefcase. To open this black case, the president needs a plastic card to get the code. The code on that card changes every single day. Using this code, the president can activate the case. This sends a menu of nuclear options to the Pentagon. Once the Pentagon confirms it's valid, they pull from the war plans and pick a specific country to strike. After that, command sends out a string of codes over a high-frequency radio signal. The B-2 pilot, who is on the mission, picks up this code. Then the pilot writes the code down. Next, the pilot opens a safe and pulls out an authentication card. There's also a code on that card. 2 crew members verified at the same time. If the code on the card matches the code they received, then it's authenticated. The pilot then flies the plane toward the target. But some targets could be more than 6,000 miles away from the B-2. So the B-2 can't reach the target area on a single tank of fuel. That's why somewhere over the Pacific or the Atlantic, the B-2 refuels in midair. The refueling happens in complete silence. Once it's done, the tanker breaks away. The B-2 keeps flying toward the target area. As it nears the enemy coastline, the pilot orders the radar responses shut down. At this point, the B-2 becomes a ghost in the sky. If we open up the B-2's weapons bay, we find that the B-2 carries the B-61 nuclear bomb. The B-61 is very small. It's only about 12 feet long and just about 13 inches wide. If we compare it to a Minuteman missile, you'll see just how small it is. So the B-2's weapons bay can carry 16 B-61 bombs at a time. The rotary launchers on the left and right each hold 8. The launchers can rotate to fire. You can simply think of it like a revolver. Before launching the missile, the pilot uses an interface to preset the bomb's target location, the blast power, and the detonation altitude. Since the B-2 is a stealth bomber, to keep its profile extremely hidden, when the B-2 flies over the enemy target, the pilot shuts off the antenna and every source of radiation. It then goes into a no-signal state. At the same time, the B-2 is also equipped with a backup targeting system. Through this system, the B-2 can quickly photograph the ground. This means the B-2 doesn't need satellites to accurately lock onto a ground target. Seconds before launching the bomb, this data is sent to the missile. Once it's flying directly above the target, the weapons bay doors open. This is the most dangerous moment of the whole mission because the open bay doors expose the B-2 to enemy radar. But the B-2 rotates the launcher and uses air pressure to forcefully eject the B-61 bomb in a flash. Then it immediately closes the bay doors to cut down on exposure time. After that, the pilot banks the B-2 at 45 degrees to quickly escape the blast radius. After the B-61 bomb is ejected, it immediately starts to fall. As it drops, the rocket motor on the bomb fires up. This makes the bomb spin. At the tail of the B-61, there's a tail fin kit. Inside it is a navigation system that can guide itself. So even if the B-2 drops it off target, the B-61 can navigate itself to the target. A radar altimeter also measures its height above the ground. If the pilot set it for an air burst, then the B-61 detonates based on its altitude. If it's set for a ground burst, then the B-61 punches through the bunker and only detonates after reaching the ground. After the B-61 bomb detonates, it creates a fireball nearly 3,000 feet across. Then the shockwave keeps spreading outward. Everything in its path is reduced to ash. Nothing is left standing.